Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. I have the pleasure of taking a look at this today. This is the Kizer Silverwing. Man, this has been a pleasure to be able to experience this over the past couple days or the past week or so. It's been really stinking cool. So it is the Silverwing. And you can see some of the specs there from Kizer. Such a really cool knife. So this is a limited edition based on what the website is. I have that up in front of me and I'm trying to get that all pulled up for you guys. So I have all the information here that we're going to be talking about, but just look at that for a second. I mean, this is like ridiculously, let's think of all the things that you want and then put it into one knife. Some people, this might be too much. Some people, this is right up their alley. So let me pull up the specs here so I have all the info. So you have all of this amazing milling done on the blade, the wire mesh on the show side with the other inlay, because this inlay is in there. And you notice one thing is there's no hardware on this side of the knife. All the hardware is hidden on the inside, which is done very well. And you have the contrasting little brass looking pivot collar, which looks very nice. You flip it over, it is a frame lock. Again, you have these holes that are cut out in the frame lock where that is milled, so those are all milled out very nicely. This milled titanium clip, which is done very well, fits in the pocket beautifully. It's not too tight, so it does move around perfectly. Again, no screw. The only screw you see is this one and in the pivot. So that is where everything comes off. And all the other screws are all recessed on the inside of the scales. So it's done very well, and it's a well put together blade. You have this nice lanyard hole, so those of you who like your lanyards have a spot to hide that. And this little backspacer is kind of interesting how they did this nice thin little black backspacer back here with the milling and the jimping. Gosh, this must have taken hours to just do one scale, and then they did two, and this is why it's probably a limited run that they are doing. But gosh, done very well. It is a front flipper. They put the little milled little divot right there in the front flipper. It's not really designed to do anything except for look kind of cool. It gives it an extra little thing. It does stick out a little far, but it ergonomically makes the front flipper easy. You have these nice thumb studs that are done very well. Nice thick thumb studs that give you plenty of grip, but not to where it's going to hurt your finger when you're flicking it out. And gosh, overall, just done very, very well. So let's take a look at that blade. Very, very nice. They're calling this a modified Bowie, which I can completely see that. That nice clip point Bowie look. It kind of comes up here almost to a harpoon, and then you got that dip going down to the tip, which is awesome. It almost has a little bit of recurve in the blade right here, and then comes up with that nice belly to the tip. Done very well. You have the belt satin finish and the swedge up here at the top done again very well. So, and then the hand satin flats. Yeah, it's a great contrast and it looks very beautiful. And the blade steel is S90V. So there you go. Awesome stuff. And the HRC is 60. So it's a USA made S90V. They point that out very clear on their website. S90V in the USA and HRC of 60. So 60 on HRC, HRC of S90V. I can't say that 3 times, I guess. But overall, it's a really great look. Nice little look. Yeah. And in the hand, oh, yeah. It's done very well. Nice and smooth. They have all this chamfered off where your finger goes, even up here. you can see how it's almost rounded right in here where your finger wants to be. So even right where the lock bar is, it's nice and tight. And in the choke up position, it's done beautifully. There's a little bit of jimping in there, but everything is rounded off nicely, gets you away from the blade. And my thumb lands right in that little, what's kind of like a harpoon little area. My thumb wants to land right there, and it's perfect ergonomically to make sure I'm doing any cuts. Jimping is minimal, so it's not a lot of jimping, and the jimping is not very aggressive whatsoever, but it just gives you just a tad bit of grip. But gosh, it's done very well. Fits nicely in the hand, so you can see my hand, I have a large glove, and it fits well in my hand. Choke up position is good, but yeah, you can see that done very well. Again, you have the pass through on this side, and then you have the screens on the other, and you can see through it. But yeah, it's all matchy and done extremely well. Lock bar access is good. They did not do extra cutouts or anything to get in there, but they did the chamfering off in there, so you can get your thumb. It's not too tight. The detent is really good. Comes down to there. And let's see, the detent ball, you can swing it to here, and that is where the detent ball is hitting. And then you could just push it closed or drop shut it closed with just a little bit of shake. It has that nice hydraulic action that you're looking for. It's not too drop shut, but as soon as you give it a little bit, it will fall shut just nicely. So it's excellent hydraulic shut on this. The action is smooth. The thumb studs are placed perfectly. It doesn't really even need that front flipper, although the front flipper obviously is done well as well. It sticks out just far enough where you can get a good angle on the pivot to be able to front flip if that's your thing. It's definitely not my thing with this knife. I don't see the reason for it. You don't even need the front flipper because everything is tuned so nicely with the thumb studs. But I do like how they ended that front flipper right there, right where that little area is, and everything lines up phenomenally. It's just really, really nice. Again, all right, so let's look at some sizes. Blade compared. Blade length is 3.31 inches, and the overall is just under 8 inches. So I can't find it. Overall 7.75, so it's right at 7 3/4. I'm looking at just a little over 7 3/4, but it's right about there. And of course the blade length is there. Let's look at some size comparisons. This versus the Rat 2. Obviously going to be a little bit bigger. This versus the Elementum. Again, the Elementum is about the same size as the Rat 2, and this is much longer overall than both of those. And then finally we have the Para 3. There you go. The handle is about the same, but of course the blade length on the Silverwing is going to be a little bit longer than the Para 3, but the Para 3 gives you a nice full grip, and so does the Kizer Silverwing. Wow. Man, guys, I don't know about you, but this thing is pretty stinking cool. If you like all the milling and all the patterning and all those things on a blade just to show off, this thing might be right up your alley. And if you, I'm looking at the website right now. Is this out of stock? This one is, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, this is all out of stock, but the price on it, the price was $359 for this. $359. You're getting S90V, titanium, all the milling, all the things. It's done really well. But unfortunately, sorry guys, this is in the pass around, so I get it when I get it. But this one is unfortunately unavailable, but it gives you an idea of what it cost, what the size is, and a little bit of the information and my thoughts on what this blade is. So really stinking cool. The Kizer Silverwing. Maybe they'll do more, maybe they won't. Maybe you can catch one on the secondary. I don't know, but that one is completely up to you. I hope you liked this one. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, the choice is always yours.